Saint Christopher, known as the patron saint of travelers, was a figure whose life, as we know it today, likely has both legend and history. His origins are murky, with traditions suggesting he was a Canaanite named Reprobus, a soldier not of the best reputation, living in the 3rd century AD. He was known for his extraordinary size and strength. An intimidating Christopher sought to serve the greatest king, but was intrigued how Christians, with no strength or power, would be persecuted, and with the symbol of the cross, they would have no fear and yet be peaceful and humble. He was not the model of a Christian, and though curious to join, was hesitant because of his intimidating nature. With the advice of a hermit, being as tall as he was, he started helping Christians across a dangerous river to visit the town, even sometimes on his shoulders. His hope was to eventually be more accepted by the community, with the goal to be baptized. Eventually he did find his true service with Christ. The famous story recounts how, after a long day of multiple crossings, a child asked to be carried across this river. Even though it was almost dark, he agreed to carry the child, who became increasingly heavy to where it took all his strength to barely make it to the other side. Revealing himself to be Christ, bearing the weight of the world, and instructed him to go to the bishop and tell him to baptize you with a new name, Christopher, meaning Christ-bearer, and the child vanished. After this encounter, Christopher is said to have devoted his life to evangelizing and was eventually decapitated and martyred under Emperor Decius around 251 AD. Unfortunately, lack of primary documentation of his life, which was not uncommon in the 3rd century during the persecutions, eventually led to the removal of his feast day from the general Roman calendar in 1969, but he remains widely venerated, especially in local traditions and among those seeking protection in travel. St. Christopher's works are primarily in the meaning behind his story. Christopher's most enduring legacy is his role as the protector of travelers. His image, often depicted carrying the Christ child, is found on medals, pendants, and in vehicles, symbolizing a prayer for safe passage. This tradition speaks to the human need for safety and divine protection during journeys, resonating with modern-day travelers by land, sea, or air who invoke his name. The story of St. Christopher has permeated art, literature, and folklore, making him one of the most recognizable saints. His depiction with the Christ child on his shoulder has influenced countless works of art, from medieval paintings to contemporary tattoos. This widespread imagery keeps his narrative alive, serving as a reminder of faith, service, and divine intervention in everyday life. Today, St. Christopher's significance is not just in his historical or legendary acts, but in how his story continues to be lived out. His patronage, especially among those who travel or are in transport-related professions, remains a vibrant part of Christian practice. His life exemplifies the Christian journey of picking up our cross and bearing Christ in one's life, a metaphor for how believers should carry their faith through the world's trials and tribulations. His narrative serves as a reminder of the spiritual dimensions of travel and life's journey, encouraging faith, hope, and a sense of divine companionship in all one's wanderings. Please like our channel to discover more saints in 3 minutes and to help us spread the word. Thank you and God bless.